You have 50,000 followers on social media, but you're still broke. Meanwhile, people with half the size are earning $30,000 a month. The difference is not better content, okay? It's a system that you don't have yet, but I'm going to show you the exact system in this video. Today, we're talking about why content creators with large followers are still struggling financially. If you have tens of thousands of followers, but your bank account does not reflect it, this video is for you, okay? Most creators think that the path to financial freedom is simple. You know, just create more content, get more followers and more brand deals. Just keep grinding and eventually the money will just simply come. But that's the exact system that is keeping you broke. You're in the content creation treadmill that is leading to burnout and not a real business and not real financial freedom. The creators that are making real money are not working harder than you. They just have an automated automation system that earns the money while they sleep. I'm a scaling operator that builds this exact system for content creators. I use proven systems that are making creators multiple 5 figures a month. And in the next couple of minutes, I'm breaking down the 9 core components of the creator monetization system so you can see exactly what's missing from your business. First, you need to understand why you are in this position, and it's called audience system collapse. You're spending, 3 hours a day in your DMs trying to sell, which means you're not creating content. No new content means no audience growth, and no growth means that your current manual sales get even harder. And you're stuck in a cycle where the very act of trying to make money is preventing you from making money. Now, here's the thing that gets interesting. Once you understand the problem, the solution becomes obvious. But most creators try to solve it the wrong way. You've probably tried fixing this yourself. You've watched YouTube videos on making funnels, you've bought courses on launching a product, maybe you've even hired a freelancer. None of it worked because you are a content creator and not a direct response marketer. Trying to be both is like asking a surgeon to be like a hospital administrator. The skills just don't overlap. Now, I'm not saying that you can't become skilled at direct response marketing and be a content creator at the same time. What I am saying is that to save you from the stress and the time and effort from trying to be both, it is way more profitable and beneficial to have someone else handle the business side of everything, build the programs, market the programs, the info products, launch the info products and scale the info products, build the funnels, write the copy, do the design, like all of that. If you want to earn real money, all of that should always be outsourced to an expert or specialist who knows what they're doing. So you can focus on getting the attention, aka creating the content. That combination is a fire-ass combination, and it's what's going to make you grow faster than ever before. And it's how people are earning $30,000, $40,000, even $50,000 a month from doing this thing. From setting up their audience monetization system as a business, because you can't really treat it like a little side thing if you actually want to grow and earn a lot of money on social media. So the system that actually works has 5 phases. First, strategize. Research your audience so you know exactly what their pain points are and what they are willing to pay for and get solved by from you specifically. And key here is not just assume what the audience wants. There are countless of examples where creators, their systems just flops because they skip this part. For example, we have the School of Hard Knocks. They have 8 million followers, very profitable niche, like wealth niche. They launched a program based on assumption and it totally flopped. Then they started doing market research, like actually market research on their audience and on the right segment of their audience as well, not just anyone from their audience. And now they are earning millions. Okay, so they're earning tons of money and they are helping tons of people. People are earning 5 figures a month with only 40,000 followers on Instagram. These people, they have 8 million followers and it still flopped. But once they switched, started doing real market research on the right segment of the audience, it all changed, because now the people actually want their help, because they're offering something that they are actively looking to get help for. Now, second part is launch. And some people do get confused when I say this, because they're like, oh, but shouldn't you start with like building everything up first? Like building the curriculum, the fundamentals, and this and this and that. And no, you should not do that, because I'm a true believer in build as you go and sell before you build. Because if you build something and it turns out that no one actually really wants it, or it's not the best solution to offer to the audience, then you've just waited a lot of time. So you build as you go. You sell first, test demand, see, okay, how many people actually want this? How much are they willing to pay to get this solved? And then you build as you go. And to launch, you have to have a strategy. You can't just post a story and be like, hey, buy this. For the best conversions, you want to build up the anticipation for the launch. So what I usually like to do is, as the first offer to your audience, just a simple launch sequence over the span of 7 to 14 days. So each day is strategically planned to make sure that the 14 days build up into a fire launch, where everyone is just instantly bought into it and instantly want to buy. So that's kind of like the preferred way to go about it. And then while during these 14 days, we build everything up. Because if you want to build everything and then do the launch sequence, it's going to take multiple weeks, and we don't like to waste any time. So now, as you have tested demand with this launch sequence and see that, okay, people really want this, then you can move on to bigger launches. Like webinar launches is a huge thing, where you basically have a webinar, a live event on YouTube or Zoom, where you teach your audience about your expertise, and then from there you CTA people to buy your program. You tell them that, hey, if you want more support on this, if you want to learn more, if you want more help, then, you know, the link is here to join the program. And then you can have like a full program with the curriculum and everything, because now you have gotten data from your previous launches to know exactly how to build, like what to add and what to include in your program and the full curriculum, and you can, and then from there you can even charge more money, so you're eventually gonna be able to earn more with the same amount of purchases. So it's just a win-win situation. Now that was 1 and 2. So third is leverage. So we convert that launch into an evergreen system that sells basically 24/7. And fourth, which is the most important to reach those high results, is expand or scale, which means optimizing weekly based on real performance data to scale your income predictably. This is something that is hugely overlooked. Looking at your data, like gathering the data and then looking at it, seeing where it needs improvement so that you can know how to scale further. What I do with my clients is weekly audits. So every week we look at the data, what can be improved, what can be done better, and then improve from there. So here's what changes when you have this system instead. Instead of selling in your DMs, your funnel nurtures leads automatically. Instead of manually closing sales, your email sequences does the selling. And instead of guessing what to create next, your data tells you. You go from trading your time for money to having a business asset that generates you money while you do what you're actually good at, which is making content. Now I'm going to end the video with a bonus tip that is crucial. Instead of trying to sell in all of your videos and you're like, hey, you should buy this because this is good because of this and this and this, like over and over again to people who hasn't bought yet, you're just going to sound like a salesman or a saleswoman, and your audience is going to get tired of it and be like, this is not why I follow this creator. This is called audience fatigue. One thing that solves this and is hugely effective is having a VSL, which is a video sales letter on a landing page. So this is kind of like beginner knowledge, but having a VSL on your page is a part of your funnel. So that video is basically a video where it does all of the heavy lifting, all of the selling to convert the buyers. Even if you're selling right there or having them book a call, it's so important to have this. It answers all of the person's objections just right away in that video, so you don't have to go over it all the time over and over again on the sales calls or in your content, or if you don't have sales calls but they're buying right there. You cannot handle those objections as effectively in your copy on your page because people are just not gonna bother to read that much. Like, people's attention spans are just not that good. So having it in a video drastically increases how well you can sell to people. And the thing is, if you land on a page and all you see is just a bunch of text instantly, you're gonna click off, especially if you don't really understand what the text is even about right away. But even then, the likelihood of someone staying and reading all of that chunk of text is quite low. And the reason is because it feels like school. Videos convert better, images convert better, visual aspects convert better. So have the video with all of the copy that does all of the selling, and then on the page you lead with images and then short paragraphs under the pictures. The video should do all of the heavy lifting, and then the text should just complement it. And you can use video sales letters in a bunch of different ways. And there's a system that I use that is heavily effective. It has actually made one particular content creator $20 million in sales over the span of 2 years. I am not even kidding. You might even know who this person is if I were to mention his name. It has made him grow so much as a content creator. That is how effective this system is. And it uses the same kind of idea of a video sales letter, but it's not in this typical way where you just paste it on a page and then just paste that on your bio. It's way more subtle than that. It constantly generates traffic, which means constantly getting you new leads, which means constantly getting you new sales without having to make the same video over and over again. So yeah, I don't have the time to go over it super deeply in this video, but if you liked the video, leave a like, leave a comment on what you want me to go deeper on, or if you have any questions or anything that you want me to go over in another video. And I will be posting regularly regarding product launches for content creators, how to scale, how to monetize your social media, and actually live the nice time freedom, financial freedom, locational freedom lifestyle that you constantly see creators live. And subscribe for my next video because it's going to contain a lot of stuff, and I will see you in the next one. And don't forget to implement everything that I just gave you now.